Welcome to the School Board Report, and I'm your host, LJ Norvell, along with School Board member John Landers. Mr. Landers, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, LJ. I always enjoy being back in the studio.
Boardman is currently searching for the next leader who will replace Superintendent Saxon when he retires in July. Can you give us an update on the search?
Sure, we'd be glad to. First off, it is a big search, right? It's a big decision for our school district. We had 11 candidates that applied, and we've tried to run an extensive and thorough process. We're really very appreciative of all the input we received from the community. We have a lot of different stakeholders in a school district. We have you as students, we have parents, family members, alumni, the business community, and then our teachers, our staff, our administrators. So it's a lot of different stakeholders that sometimes have different priorities, and it's really a big decision. And when you get elected to the school board, they really say, your two real duties are to hire and evaluate the superintendent and the treasurer, and to set kind of the policy, that kind of guides the district. So it's a big decision. So from those 11 candidates that applied, we wanted someone with strong character, leadership. I think experience was important to us and is important to our community. We need someone who's visible in a good community and who would maintain strong relationships with all the stakeholders, parents, business, students, community leaders. From those 11, we went down to 4. And then from those 4, we're now down to 2 finalists. And those finalists both have experience as superintendents currently. First is Chris Neifer, who's currently the superintendent at East Palestine. And the second is Pete Perrone, who's currently the superintendent at Struthers. The board is continuing the process to investigate, and kind of vet those candidates to try to make the best decision for our school district. When we are ready to make an announcement, what will likely happen is that, we'll call a special meeting, which has to have the appropriate public notice. And really the purpose of that meeting would be to announce and then ultimately approve, that contract for the superintendent. So we're just really thankful, for all of Mr. Saxton's service as he enters his last few months. Once again, his last day would be July 31st. And, this is, once again, a big decision, and changes change. One of my bosses, when I first started my career, is that the only constant anymore is change. So it's tough to replace strong, talented people. But, we're ready and, hopeful that the decision we make is respected and appreciated by our community. But change is always change.
We're all going to miss Mr. Saxon. We're all looking for the next step. Boardman is celebrating a great national honor, being named Best Communities for Music Education by the NAM Foundation. What does this mean to us as a district?
Well, first off, I think it's very core in our DNA of a district. We try to truly respect the 3 A's, the academics, the arts, and athletics, and all 3 are important to us. But I think music and the arts and programs like these have a special place in all of our hearts. This is the 8th time Boardman has been named to this list. So we're incredibly proud and thankful for our music staff, that from when these programs started so many years ago. We greatly value music education. Research shows that listening skills, science and math scores improve, and there's so many other academic benefits that accompany a good music education program. And I think for some of these students, they may go pursue music in college or, start a band in the community. So I think it's a way for them to find a passion, that may not necessarily be math or science, but it's a way for them to explore that passion and grow as an individual. So thankful for our current music teachers and staff and all the ones in the past that have helped continue to raise the bar of these programs and keep our students engaged and cultivate their talents, because we keep on expecting more and more out of our students and all of you meet the challenge.
We have some great people in our community. I understand that our girls' state bowling champs were honored at the Eastwood Mall in a Champions Rally, and it came with a $10,000 check for Boardman schools.
Yes, I think, we all love Coach Cullen, and who's had a great year and great career as bowling coach, that, she's on her victory tour, with the team. So the Cafaro Foundation at Eastwood Mall has a great history of kind of honoring local state champions. And that foundation was started in 1998 and has given more than $22 million in local donations, a lot to education. So they'll host local rallies during the week for these state championship teams. And our bowling team was chosen and highlighted. I think that occurred Wednesday of last week. So just really thankful and appreciative of Coach Cullen and her assistant Coach Rowan and all the young ladies on the bowling team that enjoyed the event. And I think we're also a little selfishly happy that most of that team is juniors, so they'll be back next year. So we're very excited, and hopeful for next year again.
Everybody can't wait till next year. The last board meeting had quite a bit of recognition, including the Solar Eclipse Committee. Can you talk about that?
Sure, it's always fun to honor our students, and our staff throughout the district, because we do try to be visible at a board, but there's so many events going on in this district, you can't be everywhere every day. So we did want to honor our teachers that really started planning probably more than a year ago around the Solar Eclipse Day. There's 20 teachers who planned and created events like the Night with NASA, where we had a Boardman alumni that I actually graduated with come into town and talk, as well as our visiting Sky Dome Planetarium. I think it just really generated a lot of enthusiasm for our students and our families and the community. So just so thankful for them to really make this a special year in terms of highlighting that in our curriculum. And then we honored 2 students, Caitlin Erme for placing first in the prestigious Candace Gay Essay Contest at YSU's English Festival, and Sarah Land, who is one of only 87 high school students across the country, awarded the Outstanding Young Woman in Chemistry Award. And finally, Athletic Director Mr. Marinucci, who's also retiring at the end of the school year, received an award from the Northeast Ohio Athletic Administrators Association titled the Sportsmanship, Ethics, and Integrity Award, which I think Marco had all those qualities in leaps and bounds. So very thankful for him for his service to the school district, and we're going to miss him, but we're also excited for what Mr. Hamilton will bring to the table in that role.
Is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Well, I'm sure, all the BSTN crew is pretty busy with a lot of concerts and events to go to. So we want to highlight, May is obviously spring concert season. Probably any night of the upcoming weeks, you'll find a performance at the BPAC stage, probably being recorded by the crew here. We know Project Mayhem's Stadium Show is on Friday, May 17th, with I think a start at 8:30 p.m. and a rain date on Saturday, May 18th. Do also want to highlight the Seniors Honors Assembly, which I believe is Tuesday, May 14th, which is just really a great event every year to see all the scholarships our graduating seniors win, and just really wishing everyone a great end to the school year. Commencement's going to be here, before we know it, and it will be the end of another school year. So just thankful for the time I got to spend in studio throughout the year.
Thank you for taking the time to join us today, Mr. Landers. I'm LJ Norvell for BSTN, and have a great day, Boardman.